Well, good morning, good morning. Another beautiful day up in the mountains. It's already in the 40s, going to get almost to 60 today. A little windy and overcast, but it should be perfect. I've been having a blast with this little storefront looking shed over the creek. Today I'm going to build some saloon doors for it. A couple people suggested it, first one being my brother. And I thought, you know what, that's a great idea. That's what I'm gonna do. But it's looking good, man. This thing's just awesome. This is a real basic way to make a door. You could use it for shutters, bifolds, barn door. I'm using it for saloon doors. But I'd say anyone with a few basic carpentry tools and a little bit of skill could make this. Let me show you how I do it. First thing I'm going to do is make sure I have hinges figured out. So I'm using these regular old door hinges, and it appears to me that if I mount them like this in the opening, that will be closed, that will be in, and that will be out. I'll get some measurements and figure out the length and the width, grab me a piece of wood and get started. I've settled on 55 inches from top to bottom of the doors. I'm all about using leftovers, so I'm going to rip this 2x6 and get my left and right rail and my top and bottom rail that I'll need to make these doors. Before I cut this board, I'll go ahead and rip it. I think it'll be easier to rip one long rip. So what I do is I mark the center, I line my blade up with the center mark, and then I come over here and I put this piece of tape right on the edge, and then I just follow. My opening is 30 inches. I'll need a 1/4 inch space on the hinge side for each door to work. That'll give me 29.5 for an opening. All right, side rail, and this is what I'm gonna make the door out of. I got this leftover tongue and groove. So I'm gonna cut a groove in here, so that'll hold it. I'll set my depth on my blade to a 1/2 inch. I'll set the width of the blade from the guardrail to match what I got here where I marked that board. So let's start ripping them. Okay, my opening is 29.5. I'm gonna have 2 doors, so that would be 14 3/4 for each. So I lay my rails out and measure 14 3/4, and then I find out what that gap is. Looks like 9 3/16. So these grooves are the right width for me to slip the wood in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure one of those grooves, set my saw blade to it, and then I'm going to make a few cuts in that centerpiece so I easily chisel it out. This will be really easy to break out of there once I make a few cuts in it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run them all the way full length, clean that up. And I've got my top piece and my bottom pieces, and they'll all get the same. Yay, I've got my channels cleared out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these how they're gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and fasten that. I'm gonna probably gonna just put a screw in here, right here. Comes into about here, and same thing here. So, and then I'll slip my pieces in, and then I'll put my top piece in. Now on the top, I used a wider board because I was thinking I'm probably going to put some kind of curve on it, some kind of design on the top. I measured from here to here. Now I'm going to measure from here to here. I'm going to cut a board. I'm going to make sure it slides all the way down. All right, I cut a little bit off this last board so that more of the top piece would fit in here. Then I put this clamp on there and squeeze it all together. So now I'll shoot them screws, one here and one here. Then I'll cut some kind of a design, you know, some kind of hump on the top or whatever. There we go. That's what I ended up with. I could, if I wanted, I could take these corners I cut off and put them in there like that. But I don't know. I kind of like it like that. Let's see from the length. Yeah. We'll see. This style of building a door, no, I'm doing a saloon door, but you could build shutters or bifolds or barn doors. This works for a lot of stuff. It's really simple. Just cut a groove, put some tongue and groove. It doesn't even have to be tongue and groove. I just happen to have it. I like it. This was scrap off a concrete job. This was scrap off a house I was working at. They were like, get rid of it. I'm like, okay. And the hinges were leftovers. You know, I like getting a good deal. Free is my favorite. That was a simple little fun project. I'm thinking there's probably a better type of hinge. I'll figure it out. But for now, I just use the ones I have, and they open in and open out. But I'll bet there's a better hinge that would work even better. And I'll find it somehow, somewhere, right? I like it. Yeah, we're over the creek. And that's pretty cool. Creek's looking good. I think I'll go check the pond, see what that's all about today. Well, I can see the water's down, but there was big water because it shifted the gravel bar. Time to go look again for goodies. Could be something cool in there. Well, other than pond scum, the pond's looking good. Yep, it's deeper than it ever was. I'll get rid of that stuff. Once I get some plants in there, scoop that stuff out, it'll be okay. But I gotta get the water levels equaled out first. But it's definitely looking good. I found a place that sells live trout for fish bait. I'm gonna get some of them because the water's perfect for them. Stays in the mid 50s. They should love that. George is ready to take a hike down to the other end of the property. He's been digging moles like crazy, but he hadn't caught any today. But he sure thinks they're in there. He's just nuts for them things. If there was a contest for it, I think he'd be right in with the pros. He's such a mess. And I gotta fill all them holes. Oh my goodness, he just goes nuts. Go George, go George. I think he just does it for the fun of it. He likes to see me have to work to fill the holes back. Everything's quiet and peaceful down here. Looking good. George found some cat droppings. Wouldn't listen to me when I told him not to eat it, so now I guess he's drinking to get the taste out of his mouth. George, what's wrong with you? It's crazy. It's beautiful out. Things are turning around in the world. I see that the new administration is trying to take care of the United States first and trying to get the food straightened out. Seems like for too long the powers that be have been able to just put anything they want into the food supply. And I'm looking forward to not having to work so hard to find good, clean food to eat. Even growing your own is not that easy. They drop stuff out of the sky. Everything's a mess. But I'm feeling optimistic that things are going to get better. Appreciate y'all coming along. Thanks for the new subscribers. Thanks for checking in. And we'll catch you on the next one. Appreciate it.